they just sat there like a couple of cats waiting for this canary to jump right into their mouths. I thought I was going to jail.
Did you actually see this fourth copy of the will?
Yes, I did, and no, there's no way out of this.
I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, you were thinking it.
Well, actually, what I was thinking is how amazed I am that you're running scared at a time like this.
Running scared? Nancy, this is it. The final ending is history. We have played the 18th green.
Don't come so close to me, will you, please?
Look, the gun has sounded. The last hand has been dealt. The fat lady has sung.
Well, how was I supposed to know about this Auntie M and the fourth copy of the will?
Her name is Karen.
Scott Davidson's sister. I didn't even know he had a sister.
What is more important, Becky? Your marriage or your album?
Well, it's not just an album, Vince. It's touring, it's money. It's being a success.
And the sum of all of that is greater than your marriage.
That's not what I said.
Well, I'm trying to put together an answer from what you did say.
Vince, you stuck by me ever since the beginning, even when Russ didn't. Now, come on, I appreciate that, but now I think that...
It's your life and you can do what you want.
Eric Burden in The Animals, mid-60s. Becky, the sooner you get out of here, the better.
I suppose you're going to end all of her troubles by moving into that townhouse.
I know how to end her troubles, Russ.
Look, the lady and I are having a conversation. Do you mind?
Actually, I do. What Becky wants is what she's going to
Look,
get.
David, I'll handle this, okay?
Not from what I can see, you can't handle it. Look, I don't know what this is, some kind of a team effort between you and the chauvinist here. But Becky is my client. She's made her plans perfectly clear to me.
You come from New York, don't you?
Yeah, why?
I can smell it.
Vince!
Ah, I'm not insulting the city. It's just that I've met your type up there before. You're all form and no substance, just like the music you produce.
Well, your daughter-in-law would like to sing some of that music, so if you don't mind...
Don't worry, Becky. I'm not going to scare him away. He can spot talent. At least I'll say that much for him.
I see talent suffocating.
I'm sure you'll try to finish it off.
Vince, I ask that you just be polite.
And please, now I ask you where your priorities lay. Your career or Russ?
Becky, I'll be in the car.
We're not moving today,
Yes,
Colin.
we are. Look, Dave, I'll be there, okay? I'll talk to Russ, and don't let this bother you, okay?
It does bother me. I told you right from the start I don't have time for domestic squabbles. You want to get killed, let the industry do it for you. You don't need a bunch of self-styled moralists pushing you for priorities.
Yeah, right. I'll handle it.
Yeah, look, I'll be at the townhouse. And if Russ doesn't show, it's fine with me.
Well, you and Becky started all this nonsense.
Right. I didn't think it would all unfold so quickly.
What is that? An apology?
Vince, I have two things to say to you. The first is that I love you very much. And the second is, if you ever talk to my manager the way you just
Becky,
did,
now
I'm gonna have
look,
to
I'm
ask you to
sure
leave.
your friend is hurt a lot more than that. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he is.
Yeah, well, that's not the point.
I know the point, Becky. And you've been sidestepping it ever since I got here. Now you have a simple choice. Your marriage or your career.
I have never for one moment understood why I can't have both.
You will. Now look, I want you two to talk this over. Please, for my sake. I'll try not to interfere again.
Goodbye, Vince.
I'm not moving today, Beck.
Well, I am.
Well, Counselor, this will is apparent proof that your client's will is a forgery. Terry Davidson is clearly the sole legal heir to Nora Lindsay's estate. What do you have to say for yourself?
You're looking at a broken man. I took my client's word. And true to the dictates and high standards of my profession, I stuck with her through the most challenging and debilitating of tests, only to find out I'd been duped.
We're not here to hand out Oscars. All we want's the truth, Webster.
Truth? What truth? That is the truth if Judge Slaymaker's going to rule that that will is a valid document.
I am giving you an opportunity to defend yourself before I do rule.
I can defend myself quite easily. My client is the one who's hopeless. Look, I was shown a brilliant forgery, and I was told a perfectly believable story that supported the false document. Look, the document was the hook, the story was the line, Now I'm the sinker.
That's Stinker, Webster, with a T.
Sure, Mitch, I understand. Go on. Wounds open, pour in the salt.
All right, gentlemen, don't start.
Start exactly what I'm going to do. Webster and Nancy, fair game for any number of legal actions.
Well, that will have to be talked over with Mrs. Davidson.
Man takes on defending lonely, helpless women. What does he get?
I am the only one here defending the helpless.
I said that's enough. I'm sending this matter over to the DA, and he can handle it at his discretion.
That's all?
Let me finish. I'm naming Terry Davidson as the only rightful heir to Nora's house. Nancy Lawson will be evicted.
How soon?
Immediately.
Well, Counselor, I was kind of looking forward to squaring off against you in court. I guess our fight's been settled before we got to the ring, though, huh?
Oh, we just may get to see one another in court yet.
Well, Judge Slaymaker?
There goes one broken man.
You know, I still don't see why we have to move today.
Because I want to
Oh,
move.
come on, Beck, don't give me that. You wouldn't be going unless Cohen said so.
You seen my psych book?
Yeah, it's right here on my desk. You see, I borrowed it a couple days ago because I really wanted to find out what it was that makes you tick.
Well, that, Russell, will never be found in a book because I'd lose my mystery.
Don't worry about that. You'll never lose your mystery with me. Except for one point.
What's that?
I can't figure out why you're attracted to so many creeps.
Well, I'm sure that everybody looks like a creep from way up there.
No, I'm serious, Beck. I really mean it. I mean, first there was Phil and the guys in the band, and there's Cohen. Give me a break. The guy is obvious. Oh, sure. They're smart. They're intelligent. They have talent, and they're professional, but they're still the same old type.
Just get me my socks. They're on the couch.
Sure. You know something?
What?
I really hate being pushed around by Cohen.
Russ, look, if it's any consolation, I'm the one who's doing the pushing. Cohen is just a tool. Come on.
It doesn't help.
Look, I've been watching how you've been keeping your cool. And you know what? I love you twice as much because of it.
Yeah, but that helps
Yeah.
a little bit. But I'll tell you what's really bothering me.
What?
I don't think that Cohen has the best of intentions in mind.
It's a pretty quick judgment, don't you think?
What, are you kidding me? I've seen him 3 times now.
Look, the guy is helping me make a record album. Russ, he got us a brand new townhouse and he's helping with expenses. I mean, doesn't that mean something?
Yeah, it means that the guy is going to be raking in all kinds of bucks.
He cares for me, Russ. And he cares for my career.
So do I.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you come over to the townhouse with me and we'll use this argument to christen the place, okay?
I am trying not to argue, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm sorry. Thank you for worrying about me, and are you coming with me or not?
Well, I'll finish packing in a couple of hours.
Hey, I might really need your help. Come on.
Well, I've got to think, Beck.
Okay. I'll see you in paradise.
Heard.
You know, this place is filled with a lot of bittersweet memories, and, well, leaving it's gonna be kind of like moving out of the city dump. I'll see you later.
I mean, they just sat there like a couple of cats waiting for this canary to jump right into their mouths. I thought I was going to jail.
Did you actually see this fourth copy of the will?
Yes, I did, and no, there's no way out of this.
I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, you were thinking it.
Well, actually, what I was thinking is how amazed I am that you're running scared at a time like this.
Running scared? Nancy, this is it. The final ending is history. We have played the 18th green.
Don't come so close to me, will you, please?
Like the gun has sounded. The last hand has been dealt. The fat lady has sung.
Well, how was I supposed to know about this Auntie M and the fourth copy of the will, or
Her name is Karen.
Scott Davidson's sister? I didn't even know he had a sister. Too bad she wasn't around on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, his legacy left to haunt you. The guy's dead, and he still has the upper hand.
Hey, look it, you delivered your bad news, so why don't you just go, okay?
Bad news? What I haven't told you yet's going to make this sound like VJ Day. Judge Slaymaker has issued an eviction order. You're being kicked out of the house.
They're gonna have to drag me out of this place.
Fine. I'll get my Polaroid.
This is my house. Nobody's taking me anywhere. I have
No
a
more
right to be here.
tantrums, no more ranting, no more threats. It's all over.
I need time to think.
Nancy, Judge Slaymaker could issue this order as soon as tomorrow. Now, don't make things any worse than they are. Just leave tonight.
Judge Slaymaker? 3 weeks ago it was Beth, wasn't it? 7 weeks ago it was you telling me to sell everything around here.
And 9 weeks ago, I told you I didn't want to have anything to do with this case, and now we've come full circle because I'm telling you that again. There's no percentage to be gotten out of it. Now, I don't want a fee. No more meetings, no more consultations, no more flirting.
Oh, well, I'm glad there's a silver lining here somewhere.
I mean it, Nancy. Get out now. Save what little dignity. Just leave.
Hey, Terry.
Oh, hi, Ben. You finished with your rounds?
Uh-huh. All's well, except for Mr. Taylor. He's complaining about a persistent ache in his lower back.
You know, that's almost what the nurses have been calling Mr. Taylor all day.
But not you.
Me? Oh, my patience is infinite.
Right. And my patient list is infinite.
Quite a change from your office at Hollister Square.
Well, I'm used to it. I interned here, remember? Lori and I had a great time last night.
Well, Karen's surprise really capped the evening off. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting to hear from Mitch any minute. He saw Judge Slaymaker today.
Well, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Oh, now what is this guy doing hanging around the nurse's station?
It catches me the only 2 minutes of the day I'm resting.
Terry, I had a wonderful time last night. Thank you very much.
We'll do it again, Tate.
Okay. Hey, good news. I've got a couple of possible locations staked out for the clinic. If you're not doing anything, why don't you come and let's go take a look at them?
Well, that sounds terrific. Look, I get off in 15 minutes, okay?
Marvelous.
But I think I better call Lori first.
Very good.
Good advice.
Any messages?
Tell her I told you to call. And Mother's work is never done.
Come on, what'd you find?
I found these two places. One of them's
Third floor, Mrs. Davidson.
Good news, Terry. Beth has ruled in our favor. She issued a court order evicting Nancy from your mother's house.
Mitch! So soon?
Could be as early as tomorrow. Webster went yelping out of the chambers here, tail between his legs. Oh, if I weren't so doggone happy, I'd feel sorry for him.
Oh, Mitch, that's wonderful. It's over. It is finally over. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, ma'am. Seems you have quite an advocate on your side. And I don't mean me.
That's gonna look just great on you.
Shouldn't have brought me so much. I have a lot of clothes at home.
Well, I wanted to get you something myself.
But what was wrong with that bike that I showed you?
Well, I wanted to get you something practical.
Yeah, but I can ride a bike to school now that our new place is closer.
Well, we're gonna talk about that bike later, okay?
You got me clothes because you didn't want to go and pick them up at home, right?
Well, can I step down from your cross-examinations, please?
But am I right?
That's part of it.
That's all I've been hearing lately.
You know, sometimes I wish I could protect you from everything. Well, listen, why don't you run downstairs and get me a paper and a candy bar for yourself, okay?
Dad hardly lets me eat candy bars.
Well, then don't tell him. Go on. Hello, Mama. I want to talk to you.
Carla, how is Jimmy?
Jimmy's fine. We were out shopping today.
Oh, what you buy?
A couple of sweaters and a pair of pants.
Oh, well, you know he has clothes here at the house.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't want to come over and ask for them, and, well, I was afraid.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I understand.
Why, Mama? Why didn't you tell me about moving?
Oh, Carla, I've been dreading talking to you ever since we moved. Not telling you was Gene's idea.
And you couldn't have overruled him?
Oh, well, it's not like I'm afraid of Gene, but I just didn't want to go sticking my nose in, making things worse. Just tell me you understand, Carla.
I had to track Jimmy down through his old school. I felt humiliated, Mom, and cheated, having to kidnap my own son.
So sorry, Carla, that things have to be this way, but I knew you had to see Jimmy sooner or later.
Well, I didn't call to demand an explanation. I had a pretty good idea of what was happening. I called to tell you that Jimmy's safe with me.
Well, ain't telling how long he'll be there? Gene...
No, not really. I'm trying to give Jimmy time to make up his own mind, but he's still too young. You know, maybe I should have waited before coming back to see him again.
Well, there's no stalling or postponing a mother's love. But if you really want to do something for Jimmy, why don't you and Gene settle your differences?
Oh, Mama, I've tried. I know he's your son, but he's so stubborn. No, I can't.
It's the same thing about you, Carla.
Well, at least I can discuss things without getting all emotional.
Well, so can Gene. You just have to give him a chance. You don't understand, Carla. I mean, you knew you were coming here. You had time to prepare. This has all been a shock for Gene. You caught him off guard, just like you're leaving dead.
What's that mean?
Don't take it that way, Carla. I was only trying to say that...
Well, look. I tried telling Gene that I wasn't happy at home, that I wanted a career. But no, he ignored my desires.
Well, he didn't think leaving was a possibility.
You know, Mama, you always make it sound like I was the only woman to ever leave her family.
You were the first one around here to ever do that.
Well, I don't regret leaving. And if you two would stop accusing me, maybe we can just settle some of our differences. Well, Mama, your little soldier boy just stepped in.
Hi, Grandma.
Jimmy, I miss you. Now, is everything all right?
Sure, don't worry. I'm taking good care of Mom. I love you, Grandma.
Oh, and I love you too, Jimmy.
We should go now.
Well, I want to thank you for calling, Carla. And I'll tell Gene that everything is all right with Jimmy.
You do what you think is best. Good night, Mama.
And, my dear, in addition to everything you've seen already, you've got central air conditioning, you've got plenty of insulation to keep you cool all summer long without costing you a fortune. What am I telling you for? I'm going to pay for it.
If they could see me now.
They who?
Everybody in high school thought the chubby little redhead would never make it past junior prom.
You were fat?
Oh, yeah. The braces on my teeth, they never thought I'd amount to much.
Yeah, well, maybe I should unload the kitchen cabinets. I don't need a fat star.
You loaded up the kitchen already?
Yeah, there's enough food in there to feed 3 armies, or 1 Russ Weaver.
David, this is great. How am I ever going to pay you back?
Get me a bullet on the first album. Bring in the bucks for both of us.
Yeah, and Summer Wind.
They're a good backup group, Becky. But don't overrate them.
Backup? Come on, then give me my break.
Yeah, I know. I understand all the sentimental value and everything, but...
David, hey, I'd hate everything.
Look, Becky, I know what I'm doing. Glad you're not fat anymore. There'd go half the act.
Oh, boy. From pig pen to palace. Watch it, they're heavy.
Hey.
Hmm.
You're welcome home.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hello? Oh, hi, Miriam. No, I don't want to come over. I just got too much on my mind. What? Well, just things. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Well, look, why don't you tell me tomorrow? Well, why don't you just take some of those pills and call it a night, okay? Well, take what's left, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.
I mean it, Nancy. Get out now. Save what dignity. Just leave.